Hey, thanks for joining us on this Sunday. Just hours away now from facing a confidence vote on his budget. Mark Gerritsen is the Chief Government Whip. Nice to see you this morning.
Thanks for having me, Rosie.
Based on the conversations that you've been having, Mr. Gerritsen, do you expect the budget to pass tomorrow?
Well, I can tell you that we have all of our votes that will be present in the House of Commons, but the reality of the situation is that this is a minority parliament. That's what Canadians elected 6 months ago. They elected a parliament that they're looking for parties to work across party line, and we will deliver our votes on Monday, just like we did on Thursday and Friday of the preceding week when we were in session.
So what are the conversations then that are happening? What kind of conversations are you having, or are you having any with opposition parties to try to get the support that you need, which is not a lot, to be fair?
Well, I mean, it's not for me to say what the conversations are that are going on. My job is the whip. My responsibility is to deliver our votes in the House of Commons. We had all 169 of our members vote on Thursday and Friday because, of course, one member is a speaker, which brings us to 170. And I plan to have all of those there again on Monday. Having said that, I mean, I think it's well documented that the Prime Minister has made outreach to all party leaders to try to listen to what they're looking for to be reflective in the budget. And I think what we're seeing in this budget is a transformational budget, and a budget that Canadians want at a time like this, a budget that builds up our national defense, a budget that initiates projects of a national scale, and one that increases our trade diversification in the context of the world that we live in now.
So I know you know how your people are going to vote, and that is your primary job. But are you telling me that you've no indication from the other parties how they plan to vote?
What I'm telling you is that that's not in my domain. My domain is, as the whip of the Liberal Party, is to deliver our votes. So I will make sure that all of our votes are there, and I leave it up to others to have those negotiations. But I come back to the point that we were elected this Parliament just 6 months ago, and we were elected in this minority situation. This is what Canadians want right now. So there certainly is an appetite to work across party lines. From our side, we're continuing to do that, and we have delivered a budget that reflects what Canada needs right now in the context of what's going on in the world.
Are you prepared for an election if that's where we end up? Because mistakes happen, right, Mr. Gerritsen? I mean, things could happen where everyone thinks it's going to be okay, and then you end up in an election.
We're always ready for an election. The Liberal Party has been ready for an election since the last one. We don't want one. We also don't think that Canadians want a Christmas election. But we will certainly be prepared. We are always ready to go. And if it comes to that, then we will proceed to an election. Having said that, I'll reiterate what I said, which is that I don't believe Canadians want this, and what they want is for us to be working together. And I believe that this budget reflects that.
I'm just going to try and ask the same question a different way. I'm being very transparent about it. But what do you think is the likelihood that the government survives tomorrow? And I guess I would ask that based on, as you point out, those other two confidence votes that happened the previous week that you did survive. Does that give you some reassurance, I guess?
I'm not going to comment on the likelihood of it because I don't think it's my place to do that. What I will comment on is the fact that all of our members were there to vote, and they will be there on Monday to vote too. That's 169 votes, and we require 3 more. So I think what it really comes down to is, those members within the opposition parties and their reflections on this budget, and the fact that it is a transformational budget that meets the moment that we're in right now.
On Friday, the finance minister asked opposition MPs, sort of reached out to them and said, you need to elevate yourself above politics for the budget vote, and asked them to do some soul searching. I mean, maybe, but this is a partisan environment, and I don't know whether it's possible to put politics aside on a budget vote that is, very, as you say, it is transformational is the word the Prime Minister uses, and is very important. Do you think that's possible for people to put that aside in order to get to the outcome that you want, which is for it to go ahead?
I think it's what Canadians want, and I think it's what Canadians expect. And when Canadians elect a minority parliament, as they did only 6 months ago, they're effectively saying, we want you to work together across party lines. And so I think that those in the other parties have the opportunity to reflect on this and come to the conclusion that this really is a transformational budget, that Canadians aren't looking for a Christmas election, and what they want is Parliament to work together. You know, the Prime Minister did meet with all leaders of the other political parties. There, in addition to the thousands of other touch points that went into the creation of this budget, and this budget genuinely reflects what Canada needs right now. So, you know, I leave it to those that have to reflect on that and come to a conclusion on their own. And we're kind of already seeing that with the two breaks within the Conservative Party. You know, members that are deciding this is a budget that they can support, which is why we've had one floor crossing and one individual who's chosen to step down from the Conservative Party.
Well, I'll end on that. Have you had any conversations with other opposition MPs about joining the Liberal caucus?
Listen, Rosie, we are a Big Tent party. We're always open to accepting new members. We're always open to having conversations with people who share the same values as us. And I think what we're seeing more and more now is that there are more progressive conservatives out there that just don't see their values reflected in the current Conservative Party led by Pierre Poilievre. And that's why we're seeing more and more people, come to the reality that this is a good budget. It's a budget that meets the moment that Canada needs right now, and that's why they're choosing to vote for it.
Okay, Mark Gerritsen, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you for your time, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.